Hey everybody, Jim here with another video for you. This is 50 Years in Film, my 10 favorite films of 2016 and 2017. But before I begin, at the end of this video, if you like what you see, please consider giving me a thumbs up, a possible subscribe, but most importantly, please leave those comments below. Let me know what your favorite movies are from these years and how you feel about my picks in general. But please, be kind. Just kidding. I welcome all feedback, positive and negative. Okay, so before we begin, we're going to start off with the normal caveats. Number one, these are my favorite films, not necessarily the best. This criteria involved here is strictly with my own personal taste and watchability factors. If I was to look at these films, which one do I want to watch first, and so on. Number two, these are not all of the films from these 2 years. Far from it. These are simply the films that I own in my collection. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start like we always do. We're going to go from 10 to 1. We're not going to go into any plots. And we're going to start off with 2016. And the number 10 title from that year is The Brothers Grimsby, starring Sacha Baron Cohen, Mark Strong, Penelope Cruz, and Rebel Wilson. Very disgusting, offensive, juvenile comedy. I love it. It's absolutely hysterical to me. Number 9, Sausage Party, starring Seth Rogen, Kristen Wiig, Jonah Hill. You can see all the names there. Special shout out to Edward Norton as the bagel. He basically just does a Woody Allen impression for 90 minutes, but it's absolutely hysterically funny. And just like The Brothers Grimsby, this movie is offensive, disgusting, everything that is just nasty about a movie. I absolutely love this movie too. Okay, number 8, Doctor Strange, starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Chiwetel Ejiofor, see, I can never get that guy's name right, Rachel McAdams, Mads Mikkelsen, and Tilda Swinton. Directed by Scott Derrickson. Absolutely trippy movie and a lot of fun. I really, really, really love this film. Number 7, Don't Breathe, directed by Fede Alvarez and starring Stephen Lane and Jane Levy. The scariest film from that year, in my opinion. And if not scary, definitely the most intense. Stephen Lane is excellent in this film. Number 6, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, directed by Gareth Edwards and starring Forrest Whitaker and a bunch of other people, because my brain is not working right. Out of all of the Star Wars properties that came out after the prequel series, this one's probably the best. I also have fond feelings for The Last Jedi, but this one, I gotta admit, this is a great film. Okay, next. Number 5, Hacksaw Ridge, directed by Mel Gibson and starring Andrew Garfield, Vince Vaughn, Hugo Weaving, and Sam Worthington. This is a phenomenal war film based on a true story, and the story is just too crazy to believe. It is unbelievable, but my God, this is a great film. Mel Gibson is a great director. Number 4, Captain America, Civil War, starring the usual cast of characters, but adding to the mix, Tom Holland's first appearance as Spider-Man and Daniel Bruhl as Zemo. Excellent, excellent film. I basically call this Avengers 2.5, but it is. It's a great movie. Top 3. Number 3, Deadpool, starring Ryan Reynolds, Ed Skrein, and directed by Tim Miller. This was probably the most surprising superhero movie up to that point, and I absolutely love both Deadpool movies, and I am really looking forward to the third installment coming out in a couple of months. Hilarious, entertaining film. Number 2, The Nice Guys, starring Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling, Kim Basinger, and Margaret Qualley, written and directed by Shane Black. The funniest movie of that year, one of the smartest movies from that year, and the best bromance from that year. These two are awesome together. Ryan Gosling is absolutely hysterically funny in this film. But number 1, the biggest surprise from that year, Train to Busan. I'm going to butcher some names and I need to zoom in, so please bear with me. Directed, where is he? I know he's here somewhere, by Yun Sang Ho, and starring Gong Yoo, Jung Yoo Mi, Ma Dun Suk, and Kim Soo An. Hopefully I did not butcher those names too badly. This is an incredible, incredible film. I don't know if I would call this a zombie movie per se, although it does get lumped into that genre. But I will say this, any zombie movie that can bring a middle-aged man like myself to tears at the end is a great film. And this is a great film. So to recap, number 1 is Train to Busan. Number 2 is The Nice Guys. Number 3 is Deadpool. Number 4 is Captain America: Civil War. Number 5 is Hacksaw Ridge. Number 6 is Rogue One. Number 7 is Don't Breathe. Number 8 is Doctor Strange. Number 9 is Sausage Party. And number 10, The Brothers Grimsby. Move those over. Turn these around. And here we go again. Here is my 10 favorite films from 2017. Starting with number 10. Kong, Skull Island. Starring Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, John C. Reilly, John Goodman, and Samuel L. Jackson. Directed by Jordan Vogt Roberts. As of right now, this is my favorite in the MonsterVerse films. I am going to rewatch all of them sometime later this week because the new Godzilla Kong movie is coming out on video today, actually, while we film this. Or tomorrow, actually, I'm sorry. Don't know if I'm picking it up on day 1, but I am definitely planning on getting it this week, and we'll have that video at a later time. But number 10 from this year, Kong, Skull Island. Number 9, Dunkirk. Directed by Christopher Nolan and starring Tom Hardy, Kenneth Branagh, Mark Rylance, and what's his name? Harry Styles from One Direction or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a boy band guy. I was surprised. I've been talking to a lot of my followers over in the UK, and it seems like most of them do not like this film. And again, I didn't know anything about this until I saw this movie, and I was blown away by it. Apparently, there is an earlier version of this in black and white from the late 50s, I believe, and I will be looking into that because I would definitely be interested in comparing the two. But as it is, in my opinion, I really enjoy this film, and that's why it's ranked number 9. Number 8, Wonder Woman. Directed by Patty Jenkins and starring Gal Gadot, Chris Pine, Robin Wright, and Connie Nielsen. Excellent, excellent superhero film. I was not expecting much from this when it came out, and I was dead wrong. This is a great movie. Number 7, War for the Planet of the Apes. Directed by Matt Reeves and starring Andy Serkis as Caesar, Woody Harrelson, and Steve Zahn as Bad Ape. The third and final film in the Caesar trilogy. I absolutely love this film just like the other two. All of these films are great. Number 6, Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2. Starring all of the Guardians from the original film and adding Kurt Russell and Pom Kometlikoff. Mantis. I had butchered her name. Sorry, I almost broke down when I was describing this film in the last video, but again, the ending of this movie with Yondu just kills me every time. This is a great film. It really is. And with Father's Day coming up, I might just watch it again on that day. Top 5. Number 5, Thor, Ragnarok. Directed by Taika Waititi and starring Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, Cate Blanchett, Idris Elba, and Anthony Hopkins. This is my favorite Thor movie. This, to me, is the most entertaining superhero movie of that year. It's not my favorite. That's coming up. But as far as pure entertainment value goes, I had a ball watching this movie theatrically. Number 4, John Wick, Chapter 2. Starring Keanu Reeves, Common, Ian McShane, and Lawrence Fishburne. Directed by Chad Stahelski. Excellent follow-up to the original. I actually enjoy this one more than the original. Great film. Top 3. Number 3, It, Chapter 1. Directed by Andy Muschietti and starring Bill Skarsgård, Jaden Lieberher, and about 5 other kid actors that are all phenomenal. This is one of the best Stephen King adaptations ever, and it's one of the best cast Stephen King films ever. Every child actor in this movie is phenomenal, as is Bill Skarsgård. Love it. Number 2, Baby Driver. Written and directed by Edgar Wright and starring Ansel Elgort, Jamie Foxx, John Hamm, Lily James, and Kevin Spacey. As I said in the original video, this is a musical without singing and dancing. This is an incredible technical achievement. It's a incredibly entertaining movie, and it's probably my favorite Edgar Wright movie at this point. I absolutely love this movie. On any other year, this would probably be number 1. But it's not. Because number 1 from 2017 has got to be Logan. Directed by James Mangold and starring Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, Richard E. Grant, and introducing, and I'm going to get it this time, Daphne Keane. And she is incredible. Again, like the kid actors in It, she gives a great performance, as does everybody else in this film, but especially Patrick Stewart. His portrayal of Charles Xavier, aka Professor X, in this movie is heartbreaking. This is an incredible, incredible superhero film, and it's the best movie from 2017. So to recap, number 1 is Logan. Number 2 is Baby Driver. Number 3 is It Chapter 1. Number 4 is John Wick Chapter 2. Number 5 is Thor Ragnarok. Number 6 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Number 7 is War for the Planet of the Apes. Number 8 is Wonder Woman. Number 9 is Dunkirk. And number 10 is Kong, Skull Island. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. If you did, please, again, give me a thumbs up, a possible subscribe, but most importantly, please leave comments below. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you. And until the next video, have a great one.